Hi guys, one more here in Programa Connector for sure, audio media. Thank you so much for coming with us. All the people asking, because when I go into a lot of venue, for example, I go into here in Rio de Janeiro, in Brazil, to Circo Loco. All the people talk about asking for, when I'm going, for example, now I'm going to Ultra Miami, and I'm going to Tomorrowland and whatever. Thank you so much. All the people connect with all our work for sure. Now, we have a very special guest. Thank you so much for your time for sure. Romain from Modjo. How are you, man?
I'm doing very good. Thank you, Francisco. I'm glad to respond to this interview and thank you very much for your offer.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for your time, because not all the people like the interviews. For example, I talk with Carlos, the sneak. He told me, okay, I give you your interview, but only if you are going to play in your city, I don't know, it's not that people is very in a similar way, but where are you, man?
I'm in Paris, France, and Paris, enjoying life in Paris and working a lot, and life is good.
You live there?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, for sure. I asking, maybe I asking the same question all the time, because I think it's very important, your beginnings, when you started, maybe, I don't know, you're thinking you'll make a big hit, I don't know, for sure, but when you started, in the beginnings, you started for, I don't know, for the disco music or other type of music, I don't know. Like your influence, right? Yeah.
Yeah, my influences are not you don't mean necessarily related to the city, but my influences in general.
Yeah.
I was born in the early second half of the 70s, and I would. Back then, I would listen to a lot of pop music, and my personal tastes in music were and still are ranging from U2 to Pink Floyd to Police, Queen, and all these. Amazing music that we all listened to in the 80s. It was really a lot filled. I think with colors. It was really great, because I think a lot of people dared to try things in a very different shape. It was really not like today. I believe it's really all the different segments musically are very, very, very clear, and whether you're into this particular type of rap or this particular form of electronic or house, etc., inside a given genre, there is not a lot of differences. And as regards the beauty of the universe and the beauty of what the human mind can conceive, and moreover an artist, a musician, we're supposed to create things, and I think one of our responsibilities is to show this diversity. No.
Yeah, and you do you remember when you played flute and clarinet when you're a child?
Yeah, I would play a little flute when I was very very young, and then I played a little saxophone. Uh,
Nice.
and Yann, he played clarinet and flute, but yeah, he was really really better at the clarinet than I was at the saxophone. Yeah. But there
Yeah.
is a remix when we did for the band Air. The song is
Nice.
called People in the City.
Air
And
from France, right? Yeah.
yeah, the French band.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we did a remix. I mean, it's a version of one of their songs, which is called "People in the City,"
Hmm.
and that we did it in a acoustic way, like the version of Lady Acoustic, with drums and acoustic guitar, bass, regular in a way instruments, and Jan plays the clarinet and I play the saxophone, soprano saxophone, and yeah, it's really really nice to put all of these instruments. I mean, it can also work in an electronic music project.
Yeah, well, I think Yellow Submarine of the Beatles is one of the first music you start. I remember when I child, Yellow Submarine is the first one. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Doing
It
clarinet or
also,
flute, yeah.
yeah, the Beatles and Led Zeppelin, they are of course amongst the bands
Yeah.
that I admire the most, and it's really
Led
interesting.
Zeppelin, explode your mind. For example,
Yeah,
when I started listening like rock or garage, like Nirvana, then I listened. Led Zeppelin is like what the fuck? It's like how
mhm.
to make that melody. Jimmy Page.
Yeah, because it's really what I think. It's really like what I just said earlier. I mean, the Beatles, they never did like all the songs in the same way as their first one.
Yeah,
Neither Led Zeppelin did that. I mean, they every time they would do a song, it was really different. It was a really different genre, different style, and I think that is the great paradox. Whether we're talking about music, whether we're talking about art, or whether we're talking about politics, I believe that identity is not identity. I believe identity is diversity.
yeah,
And if you develop that diversity, you enhance
yeah.
your identity. I mean, I could not develop myself,
For
work on
example,
myself
Led
with
Zeppelin,
listening to only one song in my whole life.
bro, you're right. Led Zeppelin have blues. Led Zeppelin have rock. Led Zeppelin have hard rock. It's not.
Yeah,
It's never Purim. Led Zeppelin is not Purim. Yeah.
yeah. They did also Arabic music. They did reggae. They did. They've played rock, hard rock, blues, heavy metal. I mean, and they still sound like Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I really look up to.
Yeah, that's the reason, I think you are one of the creators, for example, with Thomas Van Galter, Alex Brax, I don't know. So the French sound or French touch, what do you think about that? You like it or you don't it's part of that? Because, that sound is like, I don't know why the people put the French touch. What do you
Yeah,
think about that?
it's well, it's really been a great privilege to be associated to that wave, musical and cultural wave coming from France, uh, um, called the French Touch 1.0, because
Yeah,
there have been a 2.0 and a 3.0,
yeah.
etc.
I think it's
Um,
from Homework or that time, 98, 97.
yeah, exactly,
I
exactly.
don't know.
And it was really Daft Punk, Cassius, Air, and we came a bit after, but it was we arrived in '99, and the big explosion with Lady Hear Me Tonight was in 2000. So we were still associated with that scene, and I think our slight difference was that Lady was a bit of a crossover. It was in a way French touch and electronic, but also pop. And amongst the first big pop songs in that electronic music, French touch 1.0 genre, there was just before that Stardust, Music Sounds Better With You, which was a great influence, and Thomas and Guiman, their music has always been a great influence to me, to us. It was really great to be able to witness and see what they would come up with every time and record and develop. Yeah, I really admire them. I have the privilege to be friends with them, and it's it's a great privilege because they are huge musicians.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Because I think you are a very influence, for the next generation of the house music DJ, as well DJ Sneak, all the people say, for example, Thomas Van Gatter, he talk about all the time, I don't want to make pop hits, For example, when he make with DJ Falcon, Call on Me, Call on Me, da-da-da. But Eric Pritz take that and, push it to the limit, I don't know what happened with you for example, Lady now in the social media, bro, it's, I don't know, all the people, use it, that song. And now I think it's a pop hit for sure. Yeah.
Sure. It's 24 years after it's been released now.
Wow.
And really the song has a life of its own. It's really amazing, and we're so lucky to be able to be part of that adventure. We are of course creators of Lady Army Tonight, but also I mean, the way I see songs is like the songs are like they exist and they choose their composers, and it's really not like I'm tripping and all. It's really, I think that it's not just all coming from my mind and all, and I'm like the master architect, great architect of it. It's not just that. Of course, there's a lot of work, there's a lot of time spending, there's a lot of craft, of course, but it's really also something that you cannot totally acknowledge and understand. I mean, at some point, it's like a child, really. The song has its own life, really. And as regards Lady Army Tonight, I mean, we knew from the start that it was going to be a great song and a very strong song. But had anyone told me that it would last 24 years and I guess more to come, I really would not have believed that. I mean, it's really amazing and mind-blowing all the time.
Yeah. Well, as well, Chilling, No More Tears, well, you have a lot of hits. Yeah.
Sure, and Chilling was encountered a different success. It was not the same success as Lady, but it was really a cool song too, and it I listen. It's funny because I'm working on my YouTube channel at the moment, and I was listening to the Modjo songs yesterday, and yeah, it's really hard to imagine that it was 24 years ago.
Yeah.
Some songs, sound like they could come from today. I mean, it's really interesting. I mean, Yann and I think we never tried to do something hype or that would correspond 100% to the aesthetics of a given time. Like, we are really not good at marketing. Really bad at that. But
you know who is the master? Daft Punk.
Of course.
Sorry, but that is the master.
Thomas and Guiman are.
Wow.
I consider them like geniuses, musically speaking, but also as regards marketing. But the way I think they work is the marketing, the concept, and the song is really one thing since the very beginning, and so they really know where they're going. And I think that's a very big difference with Yann and I. I mean, obviously, we're not trying to. We never tried to compare ourselves to these great musicians and great careers. But we have that difference that we are really pure musicians in a way, pure breed, and all we think of is a harmony and the way we can structure the song and all. So it's just different.
But for example, in that time, never manager or management talk with you. It's like, bro, make a tour, you know, I don't know, Coachella or whatever, you know, take with you and make a tour. Because now, you know, in this time, you make a hit like a lady, bro. Oof, you play in Coachella for sure.
Yeah.
What do you like performance or DJing?
Yeah, we toured actually. The band Modjo existed between 1999 and 2002, 2003, and during this say 3 years we toured. We did a lot of concerts.
Nice.
Actually, played in France. We played in England, in Germany, in Spain, Italy. I mean, we toured Europe. We toured Asia too. We went to Japan, went to Indonesia, we went to Turkey. But at some point, since we stopped making music together in 2003, we stopped performing. Now, Yann, he has his solo career, and I have my solo career. I mean, his solo career is more an artist career, and my solo career is more producer career. But I don't play that much live. Maybe once in a while. I recently did a show in Paris in a discotheque called Castel, and I played with
nice, legendary.
A friend who's called Geister, Gaël Benjamin. His band is Geister, and he's a really cool dude and a really great musician. And so I was lucky enough to play with him with a Brazilian percussionist, by the way, called Edmundo Carneiro. Yeah. Because I don't know your decision, your career, your life for sure, but I don't know. For example, the Pedro Pinter, you know, Pedro, the ex-manager of Daft Punk, you know, with Ed Bangers, you know, he made it's like a lot of marketing. Yeah, sure.
You take the producer and make a tour. You don't like that type of.
It's really not my thing. But I really totally respect people that have that skill. It's just that it's not my thing. I'm not interested. I don't get any pleasure, any pleasure out of that. So really, I try to focus on the music and composing and
I know it's very interesting. You talk about, because I know a lot, bro. I know a lot of people make music, you know, in your room, and don't like going to DJ, man. A lot of people, bro. It's, you know, I don't want to talk about like a phantom producer, you know. It's like I want to talk about the DJ producer don't like, you know, performance. That's it. It's very simple. I make a lot of hits, you know. Yeah. Well, now you're present. What are you doing now in 2024? Your
at the moment,
plans?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm working on my next music. I'm working on
which type?
Solo projects, and I will be announcing new music in the
electronic or
there's many things. I'm working on my own music, and there's a lot of electronic music, yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of collabs too, and yeah, I'll be announcing that in a year or a year and a half, and I'm working on also on a project for an artist called Dabi Touré. Uh-huh. He's a great musician. He now lives in Montreal, and he was signed to the record label of Peter Gabriel called Real World Music, and I'm working on an album for him. I've been working on this album for a few years now, and it will be released, I guess, after this summer. We'll be announcing that pretty soon now, and it's really well, music that I really love. It's blues. There's a lot of blues in it, a lot of pop, a lot of funk, and yeah, a lot of feel-good music, I guess.
Oh, I want to listen that. Yes. 100%, yeah. Well, because I don't know, now in this era, you know, all the people talk about for the IA, you know, artificial intelligence, and other point is the social media, you know, because the people make music for the social media. It's very interesting. I don't know, it's a surreal world, but you know, you make music for people dancing, you know, in TikTok. I don't know. That era is very interesting because, you know, the Bad Bunny, you know, the singer from Puerto Rico is very, you know, angry for one guy make a music for that with this boy, you know, from Bad Bunny, and now is very angry for artificial intelligence. What do you think about now for this era, for the music? Yeah, for a producer make music with artificial intelligence.
Yeah, artificial intelligence is really something that I think a lot at the moment. It's really important, I believe, to really take the time to actually define the contour and the rules about it, because technology is great. A new technology is always great because it's an enhancement of our abilities. But now, if we don't use the tool the way it's supposed to be used, it can also be bad. You know, there is we should, for example, of course, protect the droit d'auteur, the copyrights. This is very important to protect, because it's the guarantee that the craft will stay, will keep up with the same quality, with the same stability, because music it has not been invented in a couple of years. I mean, it's a process that comes from you know, centuries and centuries and centuries of transmission, and I think we should really protect that with the Enlightenment century, we really defined the basics of human rights, and it's very important to protect the copyright, because in long story short, if a musician who is supposed to eat and pay his rent with the outcome of his music, of his work, cannot pay his bills anymore, he will stop making music and he will do something else. Therefore, it's really, really important to basically, I think, explain to the people who created this that it's great tools, but we need to structure these tools, and we need to protect the musicians. If not, the musical quality will continue to go down.
Yeah, I think Jean-Michel Jarre, talk about the same of you, the copyright issues. Yeah, because you have all the software with all the technology, but that's very important, the copyright issue. Yeah, that's well. Well, Romain, thank you so much.
Thank you, Francisco,
for your time and your history, your influence, because I think it's very important now for the new producers, saw it all the history in the house music, like you and Modjo, for sure.
Thank you, Romain. Yeah.
I see you in France or Rio de Janeiro, because here is Carnival now.
Ok, abraço e até logo.
Muito obrigado.
Muito obrigado. Ok, talk soon, Francisco. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.